So hi, welcome to Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Mike Herrera. My band's called MxPx.
And we have some questions to say about their new album, Find a Way Home. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Oh man, feeling great, feeling good. It's never enough, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
No, man, it's been amazing, and I'm sure we'll talk more about the details, but so far so good, and just been really working hard and not really thinking about it too much. We did some high fives at, after the record was out and after the weekend of the record, the band was playing. And so we did some high fives, but we just been really just working hard. Tom and I just got back from LA and just telling people about it.
Hell yeah.
What about you guys? What are you up to? How you feeling?
Oh my God.
Enjoying the record. That's what we've been doing.
Yes. Oh my God. The vibes on this record are fucking immaculate, dude. You guys crushed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And
what kind of music are you guys into? Like everything? I mean, what are you kind of into lately?
Yeah, honestly, everything except country I can listen to like happily.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah.
I
got you.
I'm basically the same as Glory. We tend to have basically the same music tastes. But recently, like I've been spending a lot of time with the new Ask Alexandria album. Like I'm very into like metalcore is kind of my main genre that I spend time with. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for taking some time to check out our new album, Find a Way Home.
Of course.
Yeah, it's we've been itching to get this thing out, so it feels good to just finally release it to the world. And of course, once you do that, it's no longer just yours. You're sharing it with everybody, and everybody has their takes, and that's cool. That's part of the magic of music and art and in that world. The creativity.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Want to mention, like, I think it's super cool that, post-pandemic, you guys are still celebrating the record, like, through live streams and, like, really being able to involve everybody in the celebration of the album, like, on release weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, we're always going to do live, in-person, face-to-face shows, but not everybody does these live streams, and I don't think anybody does them like we just did. So not only are we always live, it's always live unless you're seeing a replay, but we're always live in the moment and we interact with the audience. And we did 5 over 4 days.
Jesus.
And we had a bunch of collaborators, a bunch of friends in bands. And then also, Spin Magazine, Alt Press Magazine, things like that, 23 Punk, media outlets from the community. And we simultaneously live streamed on their channels as well. So people were just seeing our feed and seeing us go live. And it wasn't always just on our MxPx YouTube or the MxPx Facebook. It could have been, like I was saying, like Simple Plan, good friends of ours. They're huge all around the world, millions of followers, millions of fans. And the fact that they took the time to like just be part of what we were doing and let us broadcast on their channels, that's huge. So thanks to them and everybody that helped out. There was a lot of names.
That's fucking yeah. I was scrolling through your Instagram this morning, and like you were just every single reel you were shouting out different bands and publications. I was like, damn, they really got everybody involved in this, new, old, with publications and bands alike. So I love that idea.
Yeah, it's been cool. It's been something that we didn't know if it was going to work. Sometimes the technology will be like, no, you can't do that, but I think because it's never really been done to that extent, then you use software obviously that allows you to do up to 20 channels. But I think it's built for, not to get technical, I know this isn't necessarily a technical show, but not to get technical, but this is part of like what we're all dealing with a lot, being on your computer, going into settings. So it was made for going onto 20 of your channels. They didn't think, oh, we're going to let people sign into our account and add their channel to our account, and then we're going live on their thing. So I look forward to the future. I look forward to see what creativity people kind of take that idea and run with a different new idea with that. Like it always seems to happen, but MxPx has always been, at least in the punk scene, trying to push the envelope, be on the fringe, be on the cutting edge, not always of technology, but just doing something different, like slightly different. Like I'm not saying we're the best at whatever we do, but I think because we're maybe not the best, you have to do something that like sets you apart, right? Like
Yeah.
if you can't be the best, you got to be the something, you know. And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was funny. I also played bass for Goldfinger, the band Goldfinger,
Mhm.
and Eric Imprada drums for us a lot, and he's this really world-renowned drummer in the drummer scene. So if you know drums, you might know him.
Mhm.
Eric Imprada, I think that's how he spells it or pronounces it. But he was just saying like he wanted to set himself apart, and there's so many good drummers out there. How do you do it? And he came up with, I'm going to be the fastest double kick
Mm.
player.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that do the single kick. There's a lot of people that just do, I'm an amazing drummer. He was going to do like a very niche part of drumming. And then of course he branched out from there, but like he like consciously like decided that. And that impressed me, you know, like
Yeah.
he's smart. He's smart, you know, but we do that too. You know, we try to just set ourselves apart. And I feel like these live streams really helped us push this record out, help people get to hear it, even if they didn't want to at the time.
Yeah, and it's so awesome, like a band that's been doing it so long as you guys really embracing the live stream, embracing the short form content and stuff like that, because like I manage bands, like that's my day job, and trying to get like new bands that grew up with like TikTok and shit on TikTok and on Instagram Reels is fucking painful, but you guys just are embracing it and excelling at it.
It's hard. And it is important for I think bands to do it themselves as much as they can until it becomes too much or too big. And it's always too much, even at a smaller level. I'll be honest. It is, you know, when bands, even if you only have 1,000 followers, that's still, you kind of still have the same mindset in some ways, you know, where you're just spending a lot of time coming up with content, spending a lot of time posting that content wherever it goes. I hate calling things content, but little bits of life. Yeah. Communications. It's communication from the front. Here we go.
There you go.
Or from the back. Maybe we're in the back. I don't know. So yeah. It's not easy, but it is important, I think, for bands to try to like, at least, you don't have to do everything, honestly. I think I've noticed a lot of my friends that are artists will stick to either Instagram or stick to Facebook. And like, there's certain people they're on everything, but they're spending their time on maybe one platform. And people probably do the same with like TikTok now. I kind of did that with Instagram. I spend probably the most time on Instagram, I'll be honest. But now Facebook is sort of like coming in because the conversations on Facebook are easy to come back to. And then with TikTok, I don't know. I'm on there, but I haven't like found a community or anything yet. That to me is it's like a whole different sort of chunk. I know we're not necessarily talking about social media, but yeah, so anytime you can get those people that you're working with to be part of it, that's a huge win. Because I found that MxPx always gets more interaction. We always get more success when we're part of it, when we're paying attention.
Sure.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, Find a Way Home and the cover art was meant to like give you a mood, give you a feeling, and that might be, it doesn't necessarily matter what it is, but like for us it was just looking back on the last few years and trying to find hope in the future. And that's why we're trying to find a way home. I'm not saying we're lost or anything, but you know, we you know, as a world, as a people, you know, humans in general, I feel like a lot of times it does feel like we're lost. And the more hopeful messages, the more hopeful stories that you hear, and there's a lot out there, you know, but we don't have enough. We need more. And so with MxPx, we've always been a triumphant band that tries to be positive, tries to be hopeful, tries to give some constructive advice on like, this is what happened to me kind of situation. So it's like very real kind of stuff. We have pop songs that are love songs and things like that are just quirky, but for the most part, like modern music, when you hear hit songs, I don't get there's great songs, sure, but I don't always get the same heart and emotion, you know. And if there's a song that I hear that's like got something raw to it, I really connect to that. And so I feel like MxPx tried to do our own MxPx version of that in the most MxPx way. So that's Find a Way Home.
All right.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the album?
Yeah. You know, like I was saying, you know, the world changed a lot, you know, in the last few years. And I started writing over the pandemic. And then once things were slowing down, we were practicing, we were doing these live streams. Things were still wonky, but the band was together. So we were kind of in this, I don't know, I wouldn't say bubble, but it was kind of a bubble. You know, you had bubbles back then, you know?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Your circle.
Circle. Yeah. When we, you know, and so there's a song on the record called When We Broke Through. And there's all these like little metaphors of just like breaking out of that and into now, present, future, all of that. So back to songwriting in general. So I was mainly I write with an acoustic guitar, a piece of paper, a pen, and my computer, you know, on notes, and then my phone on voice memos. So my voice memo will record the idea, and I usually type or write the lyrics. I usually write it, you know, if I'm like doing something quick, I write, and then I'll transfer it to text. But you know, I used to do it like just straight up notebook always. And that's changed over the years, of course, just with the convenience of having smartphones. And you see people, artists in the studio all the time with their smartphone, rapping into the mic, doing this, doing that. I do that too. Well, okay. I don't show people that, but okay.
It happens.
It happens. I guess I could. So that's where it starts. Like, you know, when I'm coming in, I don't know how in depth you want my answers to be. I can keep going for a long time on songwriting, but
hey, go in depth as much as you want to, man.
I'll say one more thing, you know, for people wondering, how do you decide what to write? How do you decide how to come up with, you know, hooks or this or that? Throughout my days, if I have an idea, if it's a lyric, I write it down. If I have an idea, a melody, a hook, I'll write that down. A beat, something, you know, it could be like it could be that, or it could just be like a me singing something. I have those ideas, and then I listen to a few of them, and the ones that stick out, or the ones that I'm feeling right now, mood wise, because I mean, there's down songs, there's up songs, so it depends on what you're feeling. And so I pick those, and then it's the ones that I remember as I'm driving, as I'm going through my day. If it sticks in my head, I know I need to like finish that song. And so I'll like, because there's so many ideas, I don't want to spend a lot of time writing every single idea I have.
Yeah.
There's just not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
No.
That's my writing. That's how I get started. And then once I'm going, it's just like anybody else, you know, I'm writing and I'm thinking, I'm playing, and, you know, that kind of thing.
So
bring that to the band.
Okay.
Basically, like, if it's an earworm for you, that's how you kind of like know that that's a solid idea to continue to build off of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a part on Stay Up All Night, a song 6 on the record, and it starts out as this like ballad, like this pop punk ballady kind of thing, something you might hear like Simple Plan or Blink-182 do, and MxPx, of course, you know, it's nothing outside our wheelhouse. But then it hits like into this punk rock part, this Motown punk thing, that like when I wrote that part, and if I hurt you, know that, like, I knew instantly this is going to be on the record. This is a record. Like, that was what told me now I'm writing a record instead of just a single. Because a song like that, I was like, that can't just be a single. That has to be on a collection of songs. Because personally, I feel like by the time you get to that point in the record, if you're a fan, if you're listening to this music, you're ready for that song, and that song hits in a way that it can't quite hit when you just hear it the first time with no context. That's just me being an artist, sort of like trying to like present something. But, you know, people find songs and they find albums in different ways, and they hear the album out of sequence, and that's fine too. So I'm not against that either.
So
Absolutely.
you mentioned, track 6 being like a song on the record that, if you're there, if you make it to that point in the record, you're in on the album, all in. So when you're writing, are you like thinking about the track list while you're writing, or is that after the fact?
No. I don't even every song I write, I feel like this is a hit. Every song I write, I feel like this is on the record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to be the best song on the record. So every now and again, I'll get to like a song where I'm almost done writing it. I'm like, this didn't turn out like I thought it would, but it could get better once the band starts playing on it, and we record it. So, there are those, but it's funny. Sometimes those end up being better than the ones I thought were, this is a hit,
Yeah.
Okay.
So the writing process starts out with you building the skeleton, pen to paper, acoustic guitar, and then the band gets involved at what point? And then when do you guys choose to take that into the studio? Is it like fully fleshed out songs in the studio, or do you guys continue writing in there?
We have done it different ways all throughout our career. We've written in the studio. We usually come prepared in the studio with a bunch of songs, but then you get inspired once you're in the studio and you're like, you wanna. But since now I have my own studio here in Bremerton, Washington, it's a little different because we're always in the studio. So I guess can't always be inspired, right? That's I wish, but I heard Eminem always carries a pen and paper on him, like a little nerd. He always wants to be writing, so that he's always writing, like never not writing. But I don't have that luxury. I've got to like plan things and do things and talk about things. But I love that though. So anyway, we get in the studio. We've done it all different ways. For this though, mainly we skeleton, practice, fully flesh out the song, demo it. We don't demo it more than live. Like you see our live stream sound. We just do that. We just like play it. We play it live in our practice room. It's all going up to the studio upstairs and recorded. And so we have a rough demo of what the song sounds like. We can tweak it from there, change things, add things, take away things. And it's a pretty simple process, to be honest. But it takes a while. It really does. We have to put a lot of time and effort into just trying it this way, trying it this way, trying it this way. I don't know what the equivalent would be, in your guys' world, but we definitely feel like we're doing 3 or 4 times the work to find the best way to best path to go.
Yeah.
But that's just always, we feel like, okay, that's just how you do it, and people are like, no, you push this easy button right there. You didn't see the easy button?
Yeah, you guys don't touch that.
But they don't give the artists the keys to the easy button.
Yeah, all right.
Managers like, hell no, of course they do. It's the managers that don't get the easy button. Artists got it easy. Which is true comparatively to a lot of people's jobs out there. So we do appreciate everybody working on all of our, every day-to-day thing that bands and artists go through. So thanks to all the people out there. What up?
Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Hell yeah. Shout out.
Shout out. Hell yeah. So what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Wait, can you repeat that question? I couldn't quite.
Yeah. No, you're all good. What song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Okay, great. Yes. So funny that the album title is what it is, but the longest was Mistakes Will Be Made. And that's the last song on the record. It starts slow, it kicks in super fast, skate punk. It has all these different parts. It's wild. Like some of the lyrics change slightly, so you're just like, I'm like trying to like remember, is it this chorus or this chorus?
Yeah.
So that took a while to not only write but to rewrite, because Tom, our guitar player, didn't like one of the parts that I was like, are you sure you don't like that? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
And he was sure about that. So so that took a while, and so we went back and forth in practice, just like, what about this? And I would write a new thing, and he'd be like, nah. No. And there was something he didn't like about it. And it was like, once I took away one part, he was like, I like this song. This is good. And I'm like, really? That's all it took? Really? Okay. All right. So sometimes that just clicks, and I'm grateful for having a band of people to be there to like help hone what to keep, what to shave off.
Yeah.
And, you know, as I write the skeleton, it may be, I'm thinking this. And then once we get done with it with MxPx, with the band, it's like half of what it was and a completely whole new chorus and a completely new ending and all of this. And so I just love that process. I mean, it's part of why we like to make records, and we do that the same with singles as well, but it's just, you don't quite get the muscle memory, the core memories of like, okay, remember when we did that session? You know, it's harder to remember the session where you go in for a day or two and just record 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. And
awesome.
Your personal favorite?
Personal favorite.
Personal favorite song. That's a great question. I think it changes a lot, but right now, you know, for a long time, it was Stay Up All Night. It's going to be Stay Up All Night in general, I think, for a long time. But since I keep switching, my personal favorite is Call Me. Really I like listening back to that song. I like playing it too. It's a little challenging to sing after, you know, doing a bunch of other songs and then like nailing some of the precise like note changes and stuff like that. But maybe that's part of why I like it. You know, it's just a little bit different for me singing wise.
Yeah, it's a little more rewarding when you actually hit those points. You're like, oh fuck, I still got it.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or I need to keep working.
Fuck, okay. You guys didn't hear that one, right?
So you definitely dove into this a little bit at the beginning, but if you like, you can go more in depth. Where was your headspace at while you were writing the album?
You know, my headspace was looking around at the world and wondering what's real. Like, is this real? Is this a simulation? You know, I don't want to get too crazy, but like, you know, you can only watch so many episodes of Tiger King before you start wanting to make things, right? Remember Tiger King? Only during the pandemic. It never would have probably been that popular, but
no,
it was a captured audience.
For sure.
Where's the world at? You know, and for me, it was, I hope people just continue to make things, whatever they have an idea for. And I know there's a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of bands out there, so people are making things. So, but maybe there's not enough bands anymore. Remember when there was too many bands? Now there's so many solo artists.
Yeah, too many solo artists.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a backing band. They don't want to be in a band.
Yeah. Huey Lewis. I mean, I grew up listening to Huey Lewis, so nothing wrong with that. But I think obviously, for obvious reasons, there's just to speak to the solo thing, there's a lane for you you could be in this is my daughter's bedroom, by the way. Our internet went out at the studio. So you're like, yeah, sure, you have a studio, buddy. You're in your daughter's bedroom. The internet we have 2 internets. In fact, we have 2 different companies, both high speed, to have a redundancy. And I know this is not part of your topic, and I'm sorry, you can cut it out.
No, you're good.
I got a redundancy today, and sorry, I got a text today from one company saying internet's out, and I'm like, no problem. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go and plug in the other one, plug it in. It's not working. I'm like, what? It's all in. I'm like, I look out. There's all this construction. I'm like, okay, all right, I see. And so I just came here and plugged in. But so thank you, and you guys had no idea anyway, but I actually missed my first interview because of that.
Oh my god, dude. And it's actually funny that you were having internet problems, because we had to reschedule this interview because my internet they just turned it off basically without they said, hey, we're gonna be working on some things, so if you have anything scheduled, sorry, but it's gonna be out for like 12 hours. I was like, dude, you're kidding me. You're actually kidding me. So we're both fucked a little bit, so that's nice.
It's bad week for internet. Yeah, Gloria and I were literally live, and she texts me and goes, "Dude, my internet ain't coming back."
Whoa, solidarity.
Yeah, got you, man. So this one
first world problems. Sorry.
No, literally, yeah. So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words, no more, no less.
New era MxPx.
Oh, Ooh,
I like that.
Damn,
Like that a
shit's
lot.
clean.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, all right.
So can you talk about any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this album, positive or negative?
You know, thinking we were never gonna be done. I mean, because we do things very DIY, and so standout moment, getting all of the videos scheduled, not even made. Getting all the videos scheduled was huge for me. I know it's so dumb, but like we made a video for every song on this album,
Goddamn.
and
Damn.
they're not all ready yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll be releasing more. We have Stay Up All Night, came out amazingly. It looks like a movie, kind of, it's like beautiful, and it tells a story. And then we have Cautious Optimistic, that's like just pure comedy, looks like National Lampoons. It's like a sequel to Chick Magnet, a very popular video from the 90s from MxPx. And so yeah, we're just looking forward to like releasing all those. But yeah, scheduling that and getting it on the books, like okay, Darren Doan can do this. We got Josh Schultz. Yeah, we're good. All right. So it was huge for me. But going back a little further, it was snowing when we actually recorded. And it was fun because we would go out and just have snowball fights and run around outside and just kind of just get the outside energy. When you're cooped up in a studio, you're having fun. We're having beers, we're drinking, we're recording, we're laughing, we're having a great time. And so because of that, going outside, bundling up, running around at night in the snow was just really fun. So that's kind of a makes me feel like a kid in a way. Like, am I allowed to have this much fun and work?
Yeah.
I love that wholesome moment there.
Exactly. That's
very wholesome.
That's adorable. Fucking love it. So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour. You're at a gas station for a rest stop. You're going in. What is your snack of choice?
I like those fruit snacks. Those like little
The Welch's
fruit snacks. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I guess that's what they're called. They're just like little, like, they're not gummy bears. They're like much softer, like the super soft like fruit gummies.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are like the only soft gummy exception for me. Usually I like to fight the gummy in my mouth, but those I get it. It's good. They're good.
I think honestly it's because you can get them at the airport in those like kiosks and stuff. And so like I always not always, but every now and again I'll grab one for the plane if it's a long flight, and half the time I don't even open it on the plane. I'm like, I don't want to eat this in front of people.
Not right now. Save that for the hotel room.
Hotel room, late night.
Yeah. So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Damn. Oh my God. There's so many choices. Traditionally, I mean, I love Mexican food. But I have it so often that I don't think I would, you got to do something different, right? Like something you don't get as often.
I feel like comfort food is like most people's go-to with this question, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go with can my mom bring some of it?
Yeah.
So I'll go with some crepes, some like cottage cheese crepes with like the fruit compote. That was like a Christmas breakfast thing. So I have that for breakfast. I mean, there's probably like 10 to 20 dishes that I'd probably want my wife to bring, but like even she even makes good leftover mac and cheese. Like she's like, I'll make it and then I'll put it in the microwave and then she'll do it, and it tastes and feels completely different. Like, what did you do to this?
What did you add?
Just a little sprinkle of water. Just
a little sprinkle of water and a little bit
of
loving.
How did I not know this? My whole life I don't know this.
So what the hell?
I mean, a good steak, a good drink. Let's see. I don't know, man. Like that's rough. This is the hardest question I've ever actually faced, probably in my life.
I've been doing this a long time, man.
I should probably have go-tos and favorites. When I was a kid, it used to be Mountain Dew. At one point early, 10 years ago, I was addicted to like that blue Rockstar drink that has caffeine in it. It's 0 sugar, but it's got, the fake sugar. Stop drinking those because I got a kidney stone.
Oh,
I don't recommend it. Yeah, that was rough.
Oh,
that was rough. but I think I always blame a certain thing. I'll like find something in my life that that's what it is. All right, no more blue rock star. Done.
Yeah.
So I know what I don't want at my last meal.
Okay.
But I'm probably gonna want obviously a little bit of water, but I like carrot juice. You ever have carrot juice?
I used to drink it when my parents would do like juice cleanses and whatever, and it was, I'm gonna be honest, I hated it. But then again, I was like 5, you know, so yeah.
I can understand that, but I like a carrot juice that's not just like a natural carrot juice, something that's been processed a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So it has a good taste to it. But I love, well, I don't know about pasteurized, but just whatever they add to it, sugar probably.
Probably, I think, yeah.
Yeah. But I have that all the time with spicy food. You know, not a lot. I'm not drinking like a gallon of carrot juice. I have like a small European size glass.
Okay.
Because the Europeans are civilized and their sizes aren't as big as Americans. So a little European sized glass. Scandinavian even, which is probably even smaller.
Yeah, into specifics.
It's like the top hat of Europe. I've never said that in my life, but you got an exclusive.
Love that.
You know, that's cool. Hell yeah. All right, locked in.
Quite the meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, just keep bringing that leftover mac and cheese.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Do I die in real life if I die there?
Yeah.
So this has to, you can. Okay. That's a great question. Harry Potter would be fun. I'm sure I'm like missing out on some really cool worlds. I thought of Pandora from Avatar. Very cool. Just because it looks so cool on the movie. If you've seen the movie in 3D, it looks very cool.
Oh yeah. My
kids love it. I take them to see it. I lost a bet, by the way. I didn't think they were going to make it through the whole movie.
Your kids?
Oh my God. 3.5 hours, and they were awake through the entire thing.
Awake, didn't want to leave. It was like, if you want to leave, go ahead. Like, we'll leave.
You were rooting for them to leave.
I
want to sit through that.
I know. Movies are too long these days. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what happened to the 90-minute adventures? Yeah. Like, in and out, man. Damn.
It's hard to tell a story in 90 minutes. People have found.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but attention spans are shortening. You think they'd figure out how to do it in like 10 minutes and put it on TikTok.
Right. Let's do a little short, right?
Well, we have our show is usually 75, 80 minutes.
Yeah.
If it's a headliner. Any more than that, and I feel like people start getting really tired. I mean, I know Bruce and some bands do it, but I don't know if people want to hear MxPx. Like our album, this new album is what, 28 minutes or so? I don't know exactly what it is.
It's a little over 30. Yeah.
Is it a little over 30?
It's a little over 30, yeah.
Okay. So it's just it's not going to take too much of your time. By the way, everybody go listen to it. Add it.
Oh yeah.
Add it to your libraries.
Stream that shit.
But it just goes by so quick. The songs are so short. Like if we were playing as long as Bruce Springsteen, the boss, we'd be playing like 50 songs, right? It'd be insane.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey, so seeing Bruce Springsteen's like a rite of passage. So my family we're going tomorrow. He's playing at Giant Stadium, and I'm not like, I know he plays for so long, and I just actually saw the Jonas Brothers play for 3 hours straight, and that was badass. But I don't know if I can take Bruce Springsteen for 3 hours. Like,
what did the Jonas Brothers do for three? They do like multiple encore type.
They played 5 albums.
Big events, right?
Yeah,
so they're just playing tons of songs. Yeah. And what comes out? Do they have like a giant monster that comes out on stage?
No,
that'd be cool as hell. Actually.
No, it was actually a pretty boring stage set. They just played 5 albums.
They just played a lot.
Yeah.
Did they talk to the audience a bit?
A little bit, but it was pretty much just like keep the music going.
Keep the music going
with an intermission.
Jersey. Something like that.
This is a great show, guys. That's fucking
New York City. I can't believe we're playing Yankee Stadium. Thank you.
Thank you. Next song.
This song's about my dog's cat.
Thanks.
I love the Jonas Brothers, by the way. And if you're listening, call me.
Yo, MxPx Jonas Brothers tour. Let's make it happen.
That'd be crazy as hell.
See, we don't open for many.
Yeah.
But we might consider that.
I love
Joe
that.
Bro.
I mean, we'd probably open for like Blink-182. We'd do that.
Yeah.
But there's just, there's no effects. People, they're on their way out. We might do something with them. But yeah, for the most part these days, we've been headlining. We have a show coming up that we just announced. It's on sale now at the Hollywood Palladium. It's January 6th. I know it's a little ways away, but tickets are already selling. So that's why I'm like telling people about it. MxPx, Less Than Jake, Reliant K, Smoking Popes. I mean, it's like all 4 headliners in one show. It's insane for me. Personally, I love all those bands. I'm gonna probably just like sit there side stage the whole show and watch everybody. But looking forward to that. So yeah, I mean, just trying to make, do big plays like that. We have more shows we're gonna announce. So for people that are on the East Coast and hang tight, listen to the album, get hyped. Yep. But these festivals we got coming up, we're looking forward to it. We're gonna start practicing for Furnace Fest tonight, in fact.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I thought of asking the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to has said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
All right. Obviously, most people would say black, and it is. But if technically that's not a color, I think that's lack of color.
Yeah. Yes.
So, my next favorite color is a blue, but not just a straight blue, a bluish green. I like a turquoise. There you go. Yeah. I like a sea foam. People know I play Ernie Ball. One of my signature Ernie Ball Stingrays is a sea foam green base, and I just love it. It pops, looks great, matches with everything, almost everything. But yeah, that's good. Is that acceptable?
That's it.
That answers the question.
Black if it was a color, though.
Yeah.
Black if it was a color. Sure. Yeah. I'll give you that.
So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Like I said, just check out our website at MxPx.com. If you guys like vinyl, if you like t-shirts, go check it out. We are an independent store. We do everything in-house here in Bremerton. My parents actually run the store, and we have a small team. So when you support us, you're supporting small business as well as independent music. And we just appreciate you guys listening. So if obviously, if you don't want to go that far, just check out the album, check out the video, whatever you want to do. And thanks for listening to the podcast.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, thank you for now. It's been Mike from MxPx, and we've been the Good Noise Podcast.